fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and where Bitcoin and the altcoins are going. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so I did want to go over the transactions that we talked about before in the previous video. If you guys have not checked that out, then you're free to do so. Where basically we were telling you guys that we got out of Dash for about a $650 profit. We did also pile a little bit more money into crypto as well. So the money that was from Dash was then put into Horizon. We went over our reasons why. So you can see the new Horizon position here. It's a little bit larger, obviously, than the previous one we had. I think was 2,600. So yeah, you can see the sell here and then the buy here. So we kind of moved money around a little bit. So nice $650 gain. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not like a 10, 20x, but again, these dips can be absolutely heinous. You really never know where the bottom is. I mean, it's not pretty seeing a 20 or 30% drop in, a matter of days. It's pretty disgusting, honestly. Okay, so we added another 500 here on balancers. So I don't remember exactly. I guess the total at this point is 2,000. So, 15x 2,000, you're talking about 30 grand. That's not bad. There's people that make literally in a single cycle. Some people make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in crypto. So it depends on how much you're willing to risk and how much you can afford to actually put in of your own money. I cannot make financial recommendations, but personally, I would not be going out and getting loans and banknotes and stuff like that, trying to ape everything I have into crypto on the possibility of making a fortune. Again, the whole never invest more than you can afford to lose kind of thing. Everybody has their, everybody's at their own level. There's levels to this. Some people have millions, billions. Some people only have 1,000. Some people have 10,000. It depends on, your risk tolerance and how much you can afford to lose and stuff like that. Because again, this is risky business. I mean, it's not risky if you know what you're doing and if the macro environment is right. But if you're a complete noob in this space and you have no idea what you're doing, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go buy this coin. It's going to $1 billion, guys. And then, you buy some crap coin and it goes to zero or worse, it's a scam. Well, that's because you didn't know what you were doing. Again, knowledge is power. Okay, so there's that. And then I believe we added some more to Audius as well. So Audius is also a new one. Some of the funds we did pull out. We will be adding more at some point. So now we have I think it's just shy of 4,500 in Audius. Again, a 10 to 15x on that. Pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much it as of right now. We're out of Dash completely. We did not move this off chain or anything. It's just done. So that's what's going on with that. Now let's get into crypto. All right. So first thing here, the crypto search term. We're halfway up the food chain. I don't think we're at a top yet. I think we have a ways to go. And again, when we get to these tops, we can be up there for a while. It's not like, a one and done kind of thing. It usually takes a while, as you guys can see, from December all the way to May. To get to an actual true peak in the last cycle. So it could take a while. It could take like maybe another 2 to 5 months, somewhere in there, before any kind of major sizable correction, if one is going to happen. So Bitcoin, same thing. We got up to a 70. It hit the magical 100K number. Now what happens next? We'll talk about that when we get in the charts. Do I think this is the top? No, I do not. I told you guys back here when it was at lows that, this is always the time to get in. Again, the boring is sexy, right? Remember me telling you guys that? Boring is sexy when we're kind of sitting down here at the bottom and it's going sideways at a swing low doing nothing. That's usually an time to accumulate or an accumulation zone. And now you guys can see, looking in hindsight, that that's exactly what happens. So MVRV, same thing as before. Once we get into the pink boxes or close to it, that's kind of a yikes signal. Maybe it's time to get out. There may be some kind of top coming in. When we see something like that, we are nowhere near it, which again reiterates that Bitcoin likely is not even close to all-time highs yet. 100K is a big marker. That's huge. People in crypto have been talking about that for literally years. Okay, what if one day, 5 years ago, people have said this? What if one day Bitcoin is worth $100,000 a Bitcoin? Well, I bet a lot of people that knew about Bitcoin back in 2012 probably wish they bought it for like $10 a coin, right? Don't we all? It'd be nice if I had a time machine, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so the rainbow chart, same thing as before. We're in the blue line right after the halving. Usually it rips after that. We've seen this time and time and time again, every single halving cycle. We are seeing the repeat right now. It's currently in the accumulate zone. I'll tell you guys right now, my personal target is somewhere between 140 to 220,000. I'm even willing to say Bitcoin could go as high as 250,000 this cycle. The thing that would change that to potentially, and again, maybe a million is possible. I highly doubt this cycle is going to be the case, but the national Bitcoin stockpile, the spot Bitcoin ETFs, then you have also different world countries buying Bitcoin, aping into Bitcoin. That could cause it to go up there. You also have Trump's bullish monetary policies, tax cuts, stuff like that. There's no telling what could happen this cycle. Personally, my kind of range for Bitcoin is 140 to 250,000. So we'll see. Would I buy Bitcoin right now at 100,000? In my opinion, I think Bitcoin is a great asset to buy, but at the right prices. If we were going to buy Bitcoin, we would have bought down here in this kind of bull flag pattern. We would not be buying it right now. In my opinion, the sweet spot right now would be Ethereum and the altcoins. That's just my opinion, of course. Okay, so Nupal, same thing as the MVRV score. Once we get into the pink box, it's kind of a yikes signal. Maybe Bitcoin's about to top out. You guys can see every single time this thing has literally nailed the top almost effortlessly every single cycle. So we're not there yet. I suspect Bitcoin probably has a long ways to go up. All right, Pi cycle top indicator. I'd say this is one of the better indicators, probably more important ones too. We got to get up to the green EMA just to get the breakout point where Bitcoin really starts getting stupid. Again, every single cycle we see this. Once we get past that green EMA, this thing is just a screamer all the way to the upside. It just gets absolutely ridiculous. Back here, it went from $24 to $231, and then again, $127 to $1,100. And then back here, $1,600 all the way up to $20,000. Let's see, about 20,000 all the way up to 69,000. So you guys can kind of get my point here, right? The largest potential move on Bitcoin actually comes after we get past the green EMA. That currently sits at 127,000. All right, so M2 money supply. This one's pretty straightforward. I do suspect that we'll keep getting higher peaks on these green hills, and the black line, which is Bitcoin, will keep moving up. Again, it's kind of consolidated lately, which around 100K. Am I really shocked that it's kind of bobbing around 100K? Not really. It's a major psychological level, even if it was not a major technical level. Even if people had not been talking about it for years. Again, I've told you guys this in trading. Nice, big, round numbers. Traders always keep that in mind for either sell zones, buy zones, shorting opportunities, longing opportunities, all that stuff. So 100K, people are probably looking at that 100K thinking, 100,000. Yeah, let me go ahead and short here or take profits or whatever. Some people just think like that. Okay. It's just the markets. I don't make it happen like that. That's just the way it is. So M2 global supply, nice little pullback here. Am I thinking this thing is going to keep going down? Probably not. Again, this thing does have peaks and troughs along the way, but the general idea is that the M2 money supply grows over time. And I think I just saw on we'll say the conservative media outlet. I may not be able to say the name here, but it rhymes with the name of an animal, News. They just recently talked about potentially, I think it was like a $900 billion defense spending package, which probably includes closing up the border and illegal immigration and all that stuff. If that gets past, this blue line is probably going to go back up. So again, I don't know what else is in the bill. I haven't looked at it, but just wanted to point that out. Okay, so top apps here. Again, we're looking for the crypto apps to get kind of in the top 10, top 20 as kind of a warning signal. Did we see that? No. The closest one we got here is Cash App at 32. I would say that's, again, are we close to a major sell-off point? Probably not. Coinbase down here at 58 and nothing else within sight. One thing I will say, and again, I don't have TikTok, just so you guys know, I don't use it because personally I do believe it's actually a backdoor for China. I'm not interested in China spying on me through my phone. So for people that use this, great. If you have it, something to be on the lookout for, maybe potentially everybody and their brother talking about crypto, talking about the next whatever coin going to a zillion X and all that kind of jazz, and everybody trying to ape into it. And maybe they have like search results in TikTok if you see crypto in the top 10 or top 5 or something like that. Again, understand the market that you're in. That may also be a warning sign. So, but again, I don't have TikToks. So, okay. So going back over here to Bitcoin, I'm actually going to start from the top down. So we're going to cover the monthly time frame first. So the monthly is in the overbought territory like it was back here. Do I think that means that we're overbought and we're going to have a sell-off? No. There is 2 reasons for that, okay? Number 1, the monthly time frames, when we get a breakout of the previous cycle high, like 2017 here, we broke out here in 2020. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles of monthly upside going into March before basically having our top here in April, May. So the point of this is that it takes a few months for Bitcoin to actually have a red candle on the monthly. Same thing going from 2013 all the way to 2017. When we got the breakout, we had 4 months of green, 1 red, 3 green. And we're only in our second month of green as of right now. So do I think that Bitcoin's going to stop 100,000? Probably not. Okay. The other thing I want to point out here is that usually on the RSI, when we get overbought, it's pretty obvious when the top might be in because we usually hit about a 95-ish on the RSI. Literally every single cycle this has happened. That's usually a pretty strong indicator that the top is in or about to be in. We are nowhere near a 95 on the RSI. Okay, we're at a 67 and a 76. If we measure the purple line, this would have been the 95 mark. It's currently at a 77, 76. Okay, we're not even close. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll down to the weekly time frame. We have this bull flag or pennant, whatever you want to call it. So the target as of right now is 135. I guess it would be called a flag now. It was a pennant before, but then the price action changed. So unfortunately, the markets kind of fooled us on that one. But we just simply have to adjust. Again, being in the markets is a game of adjustment. So if I were just to, let's just say, do a micro measurement here to see where the potential kind of local top could be for a micro move here up to 160,000. Again, the fibs say 120, 147, and about 160, but we all know that the for the pi cycle top indicator to really go parabolic, the price of Bitcoin needs to get above 127,000. Okay. There is this trend line here. Do I think it stops at this trend line this cycle? No, because again, the reason being is because the pi cycle top indicator suggests that the most parabolic phase of Bitcoin will not happen until after 127,000. Plus, my personal estimates for Bitcoin 140 to 200, 140 to 220 ish, somewhere in there, which means it has to go above the green line. Okay, so the macros here 155,000, 210,000, 246,000. So you can see this Fibonacci, this top level here lines up perfectly with the kind of really bullish 250,000 target. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys where I think Bitcoin is going to go. So what I think is going to happen, and again, don't quote me on this, okay? But what I think is going to happen is once we reach the back half of September, so December 15th on, it could happen before then too. Bitcoin's going to go on its next major parabolic move. And I think the bulk of the move for Bitcoin is going to happen between that period and February, okay? Maybe early March. And then Bitcoin goes sideways for 2-3 months, something like that, and we see the altcoins really explode. Altcoins probably going to go up during this entire 6-month time frame. And again, at some point, Ethereum will eventually gain on Bitcoin. That's kind of my thesis. We'll see if it plays out like that. Okay, so last thing I want to go over here is see if I can actually find it. Where is it? Right, the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so we saw this initial sell-off and we're kind of getting this green bounce off of here. I do want to point this out. We had something like this happen last cycle. So Bitcoin kind of dumped off here and then it went sideways. Do I think we're in a sideways period? We could be. Do keep in mind that Bitcoin could still increase in value while the dominance is going down. That can happen. But I think, again, it's hard to say at this point because I think Bitcoin still has not fully played out its move yet. But we could be seeing a sideways move before the real dump in the BTC dominance, and then the altcoins just absolutely explode higher. But again, Ethereum and altcoins don't generally start moonshotting until January to March, somewhere in there, post-halving year, and then maybe we get like a summer dump, and then it goes up into the end of the year. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going on here. So yeah, there's that. The last things I want to cover here is the total crypto market caps. Okay, so total one, we are at all-time highs. I expect it to go much higher. Again, my kind of estimate here for the total one is about 10 trillion at the peak. Total two is getting ready to have a breakout here any day now, which again, this is only excluding altcoins. Ethereum and Bitcoin is included in this. If this could potentially be an indicator maybe that Ethereum is about ready to have a major run if we do get a breakout of this. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Total 3 is also about ready to break all-time highs, which again could be indicative that both Ethereum and altcoins are about to have their day in the sun. We'll see. And last but not least here, Ethers, which basically excludes all of the top 10 cryptos. You guys can see we're getting very, very close to breaking the previous all-time high from the previous cycle. That literally would be, in my opinion, other than the BTC dominance, the signal that anything outside the top 10 is going to explode in price. Okay, it's about 25% to the upside left. All right. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.